First question from Alana Rizzo. Go to Alana. They're checking in.
Dave, you gave yourself a chance there at the end. With the way that this one started, did you even think you'd have that opportunity there in the ninth inning?
I did. It just wasn't the way we had planned, but our guys kept fighting, kept clawing. And like you said, we had the tying run at second base tonight in the ninth inning, and it wasn't pretty. You got to give credit to the guys in the bullpen to give us a chance to win that game, stay in that game.
Yeah, you had mentioned it wasn't pretty. It seems a little bit more sloppy than you guys are accustomed to playing. What do you take away from this one overall?
I just think that it just wasn't it didn't get off to a good start. I think that Julio couldn't get in sync tonight. Just really wasn't sharp, didn't have command. And I think it bled over to the defense. And, as far as on the offensive side, I think Walker was really good tonight. I think early started with the fastball at the top of the zone. Then the second time around, third time through, went primarily with the secondaries. So, but again, we clawed back, gave ourselves a chance to stay in that game, though.
Max Muncy gets a home run today, one of 3 solo shots from you guys, but he also took exception to the at-bat in the 6th inning with the strike zone. What was the conversation with in that moment, and obviously with the 3 ejections on your side?
I thought that, with that Max, there was a couple at-bats. I don't know if it was that one or the one even before that where there were some questionable calls that he didn't like. And so after the punch out, he was walking away and said something, but told me he didn't direct anything towards Mark and got tossed and wasn't happy about it. As far as Robert, our hitting guy, Robert Van Squag, didn't agree with the call, a couple calls, and got run. And then for me, I just came out to question, like, why would he throw out our guy? And then I got tossed. So that's kind of the sequence of it.
How does Julio bounce back from this one?
I think it's just, he'll pitch his next turn and just got to continue to be better. I think in the last 3 starts, it's been that first inning that he hasn't really looked sharp. So I don't know if it's the pregame prep, whether it's too much early, not enough early to get ready for that first inning. So we'll talk about it, but we got to be ready from pitch 1.
Thank you.
Next question from Eric Steven. Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, with the umpires, you're seeing a lot of them, in so many games. Like Ripperger, I think this is the 11th game for you guys, and he's traveled on some. Does that make these interactions any more contested, or how does it affect what's going on out there?
Yeah, well, as far as the guys traveling with us, the umpires, that's kind of unique to this, the world we're in today. And that's completely understandable, accepted by all, and the right thing to do. As far as on the field, they have a job to do. We have a job to do. Everyone's competing and doing their best. So, once we're done playing, I don't think it has any effect.
Thanks.
Got a question from Mario Castillo. Go ahead.
Hi, Dave. You mentioned that Julio will go out there for his next start. Hello, Dave. Do you hear me?
I can now.
Oh, okay, cool. You mentioned that Julio, will go out there for his next start. Just given that Alex Wood is, close to coming back, you guys need to find a spot for him already. You guys just had a 6-man rotation, sent Gonsolin out. It's fair to say that Julio might be pitching for a spot.
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think that's fair. I think that Alex has still got to get through his 4-inning simulated game next Monday, and we'll go from there. So that's a separate situation. I think that Julio has just got to, be a little bit more sharp from the outset. I think the stuff was good, but tonight you can just clearly see the slider wasn't sharp. The change was in zone, not located, and the fastball wasn't commanded. So it's not about as far as fastball and how it's coming out of the hand, but just got to be a little bit more sharp.
And offensively, we've talked a lot about the three left-handed guys, struggling, batting on the 200, each homering tonight. Is that just encouraging to see that?
It is, and I thought Jock in particular took some very good at bats. Just missed a couple other balls that could have went in the ballpark. Used a big part of the field. That homer that he hit was really impressive. I think that's a sign of good things to come. So tonight, Walker really tough on the right-hand hitter. So it'll be, we got our hands full again. Kikuchi, we haven't seen him, so it'll be an interesting matchup tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
First question from Alana. Go ahead, Alana.
Julio, it seems like in your last two outings, that first inning has given you a bit of a challenge. 34 pitches in the first today. What do you think you can do to get off to a faster start, perhaps be more effective in that first inning?
Urías, parece que la primera entrada es donde has batallado más, 34 lanzamientos para salir de este primer inning. ¿Qué crees que tienes que hacer para poder tener éxito iniciando el juego o para estar ya venir con todo en el primer inning?
No, la consistencia, el atacar rápido es lo que he estado batallando desde el principio hasta ahorita. Y pues es lo que me llevo del día de hoy.
I think it's consistency, and attacking fast. It's what I take from this outing.
You did have the 5 strikeouts tonight, although it seemed like it took a bit to get to that point. What do you take away from this outing in terms of things that were working and things that you want to work on?
Echaste a 5, aunque quizás no es lo más significativo para ti, pero ¿qué es positivo en esta salida?
Bueno, son pocas las cosas, pienso yo, a mi manera, ¿no? Pueden haber cosas que a lo mejor son positivas, pero a mi forma yo sé que no estoy conforme con lo que hice el día de hoy. Y pues la verdad me siento obviamente un poquito frustrado, ¿no? Pero a llegar mañana y a trabajar y pues a salir la próxima salida con todas las ganas.
Maybe there's a few positives, but overall I'm just not happy with what I did today. I feel really frustrated. I'm going to go out and work tomorrow and try to keep working for the next time.
Do you feel like you don't have to look over your shoulder to keep a spot in the rotation, that even if you have a bad outing or an outing that you're not comfortable with, that your spot is secure?
¿Sientes cómodo en cuanto a tu lugar en la rotación, que a pesar de una mala salida todavía tienes seguro ese lugar?
No, es decisión del equipo, yo nunca me enfoco en eso, ¿no? Ya las decisiones que ellos quieran tomar, yo la tomaré de la mejor manera.
It's a team decision. I don't really focus on that. Whatever decision they make, I'm going to take it in the best way possible.
Okay, thank you.
Siguiente pregunta de Manuel Campa.
Hola Julio, buenas noches. Oye, preguntar. Te decía Julio que suenan a muy buenos números los que has puesto en tus primeras 5 salidas, de 2 ganados, 0 perdidos, efectividad abajo del 3. ¿Tú cómo consideras esas primeras 5 salidas, tomando en cuenta también que ya llevamos arriba de 20 juegos, que es la tercera parte de la temporada? Parecería que es muy poquito el tiempo, pero realmente con esta temporada atípica, pues ya es bastante, ya es una porción considerable.
No, me he sentido bien, un poco batallando un poco cada salida, pero mi brazo me siento saludable, me siento listo y pues a trabajar, que es lo que importa, ¿no?
¿Te ves en ese puesto que tienes, de lo que hablaba Lana? ¿Crees que estés sólido en ese puesto de la rotación? ¿No sientes que te lo tienes que seguir ganando día con día?
No, esto es trabajo y hay que salir a dar el 100%. A veces se gana, a veces se pierde. Ya son decisiones, esas decisiones no están en mí. No, lo mío es cuando me digan, vas a pichar de bullpen, vas a pichar a abrir, es tratar de dar el 100% y ya suelta la bola de mi mano y ya de ahí ya no tengo yo control, se podría decir. No, ya las decisiones son decisiones del equipo, no son decisiones mías.
¿Cómo viste a Víctor? 2 entradas sin permitir carrera.
No, se vio bien, se vio bien, se vio bien y salió el resultado para él, que siga trabajando y aquí vamos a estar para cualquier cosa, ¿no? Con él.
Gracias, buenas noches.
Any more questions for Julio? Gracias.